Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at 6.
Nursing home residents are speaking out after North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum announced health care workers who test positive with COVID-19 but are asymptomatic will be allowed to work in COVID units. The state says the move comes at a time when hospital capacity is at 100% and staff shortages are at an all-time high. Valley News Team's Bailey Hurley spoke with local hospitals today, as well as one long-term care resident who says while the move may seem confusing, it's what's best for everyone.
For Chris Larson, Governor Doug Burgum's Monday announcement is common sense.
The less amount of staff you've got, the less amount of patients you can treat, the harder it is to treat them.
A resident at Luther Memorial Home in Mayville, Larson says as long as they're asymptomatic, the change allows his facility's 3 current infected staff members to work with their 1 COVID resident, making for less cross-contamination throughout the facility going forward.
But it's really going to create a little less stress, hopefully.
Larson and several other local long-term care facilities tell me their asymptomatic staff members will have their own designated entrances, exits, and bathrooms.
Those asymptomatic positive staff will never touch the floor until they're outside of their 14 days or however many days.
And as a chairman of the Reuniting Residents and Families Task Force, Larson says he has yet to hear any concerns about the change from families or residents around the state. Larson adds while he understands the public's confusion, he says without the decision, both hospitals and nursing homes become extremely strained and things fall through the cracks.
You're not going to get that care.
Adding with residents getting little to no outside visitations from family, asymptomatic workers adding to staff numbers gives patients and residents the extra attention and comfort they need.
I firmly believe that when somebody's ill, whether it's COVID, whether it's the flu, whether it's a cold, spending time with them helps in that healing process.
Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
In a statement this afternoon, Essentia Health says it will not allow staff members who test positive for COVID-19 to work at any of their facilities. They did not comment when pressed if they think the governor's decision is unsafe or medically irresponsible. By now, gloves are once again part of our outdoor experience. Temps seem to have leveled off, but have been a bit challenging, more seasonal, as Summer has said. Let's find out about any chances for snow in the area. Summer?
We talk about the hats, the gloves, the scarves, and possibly the snow shovel. I don't think we'll need the snow shovel for any snow chances this week, but the hat and gloves are definitely necessary. Check a look at these morning low temperatures. 3 degrees up in Candu. It was 3 in Rolla as well. 7 in Langdon, 8 in Devil's Lake, 9 degrees in Hallock, Foston, and Gwinner, 11 in Grand Forks, 12 in Fargo. At this hour tonight, we are mostly in the 20s, 19 up in Roseau and Devil's Lake. On satellite and radar, most of us are missing out on a larger snow system down to our south and east, but some of our southern counties, Otter Tail County and areas in there seem to be seeing a little bit of light snow. The leading edge of that is not reaching the ground, but that bigger system is down towards Minneapolis. We do have a couple chances for some snow coming up in the 7-day planner. I'll let you know when and where we might see some flakes falling in our region.
It's that time of year. Thanks, Summer. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is enacting new dial-back measures aimed at social gatherings as COVID-19 cases, deaths, and hospitalizations continue to break records across Minnesota. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard explains what the restrictions will mean for you.
Governor Walz says the new restrictions are painful and said he is as frustrated as everyone else. Walz said young people are spreading the virus mostly in private social gatherings, weddings, funerals, private parties, and other group settings, in addition to late-night outings at bars and restaurants. That's why starting Friday, all bars and restaurants in Minnesota must end dine-in service between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. There will also be a 10-person limit for indoor and outdoor gatherings, and all social gatherings will be limited to members of 3 households or less. I talked with the executive director of the Minnesota Licensed Beverage Association. He told me this is unfortunate. Most bars and restaurants are complying with existing regulations and said punishing those who are complying is unfair and destructive to the economic livelihood of thousands.
A little bit unfair, we think, but we're fighters, we're survivors. We're going to do our best to kind of hold on and keep complying with mandates and keep fighting the good fight. So we hope to be around for a while longer. A lot of folks have been doing this for a bit, and we want to keep this business thriving.
Walz also announced that there will be $10 million in small business relief grants to support small businesses.
All right, thanks so much, Callie Hubbard. And for more information on the new restrictions, download our free VNL News app and click on this story. Grand Forks health officials are seeking what no other county in the state has, a mask mandate enforceable by law. State law says health officers can issue any order to stop spread of an infectious disease. Anyone who violates the mandate could face a Class B misdemeanor, which carries a maximum penalty of 30 days in jail or a $1,500 fine. Now, the Grand Forks City Attorney says her office would not seek the max. When it comes to enforcement, Grand Forks Police say they'll back health and city leaders with discretion.
We would much rather impress upon someone the need to wear a mask, the options available to them, whether they choose to or don't choose to, and have them elect to take one of those options as opposed to getting to an enforcement point.
And a proposal is still being drafted. It will be sent to the county for the city attorney's offices for review. The search is over for a missing hunter in Minnesota rather. Authorities say the body of 58-year-old Paul Sandstrom of Blaine, Minnesota, was located this morning in northern Becker County. He was reported missing by members of his hunting party. Authorities aren't suspecting foul play. Bail has been set at $1.5 million for a Fargo man accused of wounding 2 police officers in eastern Wisconsin on Friday. Nathaniel Benton appeared in Washika County Court yesterday. One of the Wisconsin officers is recovering at home while the other remains in the hospital. Benton is also wanted in Fargo after police here say he shot a man in the back of the head on Halloween night after an argument between the two. A Fargo man's in jail after investigators say they found child porn files on his phone. Kyle Keister's home was searched yesterday after police got a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Multiple electronic devices were seized, and authorities say they found hundreds of images of child sexual abuse on one of the hard drives belonging to Keister. He's charged with 10 counts of possession of child porn and 1 count of promoting a sexual performance by a minor. A Fargo man's been busted on several drug charges over the last several weeks. Police say they tried several times without success to arrest 33-year-old Scott Patrick Anderson. They say he got away using evasive actions such as ramming a police vehicle and driving through a garage. They were finally able to bring him in yesterday after a short foot pursuit near 1122 University Drive South. He faces charges including the delivery, possession, and manufacturing of heroin and meth. Investigators say the improper disposal of smoking material is to blame for an apartment fire in Grand Forks. It happened this morning at 2403 27th Avenue South. Smoke and fire was seen from a second-floor balcony. That damage estimate is now standing at $10,000. No one was hurt. Everyone has been now able to return to their units. Later on Valley News Live at 6, after serving her country, how one Minnesota veteran is being helped out.
In our 70s from a couple of days ago are all now but a distant memory. Our high temperature for today was 15 degrees below our normal high, but we didn't see any snow. I am tracking a chance for some snow in our upcoming 7-day planner coming up next.